Hey everyone, welcome back to Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan.
I'm Sarah.
And today we're tackling a question I know has been on a lot of your minds. Choosing the right gaming monitor.
Oh, yeah. One of those decisions where you really want to get it right.
Absolutely.
Here.
You've been sending in your requests, and we're zeroing in on two popular contenders, the ASUS ROG Strix XG27
Yeah.
and the Dell G2724D. We've got articles, reviews, user feedback
A whole 9 yards.
to help you decide which one deserves a spot on your desk.
You know, both of these monitors are generating a lot of buzz online, and deservedly so. They're both packing some serious specs and features, but it's those subtle differences that we're here to unpack.
Exactly. So let's kick things off with the ASUS ROG Strix XG27 ACS. This 27-inch monitor is sporting a crisp QHD resolution, 2560 by 1440.
Which basically means your games are going to look incredibly sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Super detailed.
Yeah, and get this, the XG27 ACS boasts an ultra-fast 180 Hz refresh rate.
That's right. Talk about buttery smooth gameplay, especially in those fast-paced, action-packed moments where every millisecond counts.
You're not kidding. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. High refresh rate? Great. But what about response time? We don't want any blurry ghosting ruining the experience.
Absolutely no one wants that.
Well, fear not. The XG27 ACS has you covered with a blazing fast 1 meter's response time, all thanks to ASUS's fast IPS technology.
And ASUS didn't stop there. They even threw in ELB-SYNC.
ELMB-SYNC.
It stands for Extreme Low Motion Blur Sync. It's a pretty cool tech, actually. It combines a low-motion blur mode with a variable refresh rate. Basically, say goodbye to ghosting and tearing, even in the most demanding games.
That's impressive. And, wait, there's more. The XG27 ACS goes above and beyond with a built-in USB Type-C hub. Connect your peripherals directly to the monitor.
Oh, that's a nice touch. It's like ASUS designed this thing with a clean desk in mind.
I think you're right. Okay, let's switch gears and check out the Dell G2724D. This monitor is no slouch either. We're talking a 27-inch QHD display.
So you know those visuals are going to be sharp, and it matches the ASUS with that 1 meter's response time.
Yeah, so a super responsive gaming experience there.
For sure.
The refresh rate is a tad lower than the ASUS, though.
Yeah.
Clocking in at a still impressive 165 Hz. Now, for most gamers, this is going to be more than enough to enjoy that smooth gameplay.
Right.
But if you're a competitive esports fanatic, that extra 15 Hz on the ASUS might be a factor to consider.
It could be, yeah. And what really stands out to me about the Dell is their focus on ergonomics and eye comfort. The G2724D has this fully adjustable stand, tilt, swivel, pivot, height, you name it. You can really find that perfect viewing angle and say goodbye to neck strain.
Which is a big deal for those long gaming sessions.
Huge!
And because we all know those late-night gaming sessions can take a toll, Dell has integrated a built-in TUV-certified hardware low blue light solution.
Yeah, your eyes will thank you later, for sure.
Okay, so let's hear what the users have to say. Because at the end of the day, their experiences matter most. The ASUS ROG Strix XG27 ACS is getting rave reviews for its color accuracy. People are blown away by the vibrancy and realism of the visuals.
Yeah, I mean, that's not surprising considering it boasts a wide color gamut. It covers like a whopping 133% of the sRGB color space.
Yeah, and of course gamers are loving the performance. The consensus seems to be that this monitor keeps up with the action flawlessly. Deliver that silky smooth, tear-free experience we all crave. Now on the Dell G2724D side, reviewers are consistently impressed with the picture quality and the build quality. They're getting that premium feel without the premium price tag.
Exactly. A lot of users are highlighting the value proposition here, and honestly, it's hard to argue with them.
It is. The one consistent gripe, though, seems to be the limited USB ports. Seems some users are wanting more connectivity options.
Yeah, fair point. Maybe a minor inconvenience for a monitor this solid, though.
Yeah, I think so, too.
All right, so it's time for the ultimate showdown. Let's pit these monitors head-to-head and see which one comes out on top.
Game on. First up, the category that everyone's talking about, refresh rate. The ASUS is flexing with that 180 Hz, while the Dell holds its own at 165 Hz.
Yeah, is that extra 15 Hertz going to make a noticeable difference in the real world?
Right, that's the million-dollar question.
Right.
I think for casual gamers, probably not. You might not even perceive the difference.
I agree. But for those hardcore esports enthusiasts who demand peak performance, those extra frames could be the edge they need.
Oh, absolutely. Next up, color and visuals. Both monitors offer HDR, but the ASUS takes the crown here, with a wider color gamut clocking in at 133% RGB compared to Dell's 99%.
Yeah, for those who really crave those vibrant, lifelike visuals, that difference could be a game changer.
It could. And then there's features. The ASUS has that handy USB-C hub, while the Dell counters with a super adjustable stand.
It really depends on your needs and your setup.
It does. If desk space is at a premium and you need to connect a bunch of peripherals, that USB-C hub on the Asus is a godsend.
It is. But if you prioritize ergonomics and finding that perfect viewing angle, the Dell's adjustability might win you over.
Absolutely. And of course, we can't forget the all-important price. The ASUS ROG Strix XG27 ACS tends to be a bit pricier, while the Dell G2724D offers excellent value for its performance.
Yeah, it really comes down to how much you're willing to spend for those extra bells and whistles.
It's a classic dilemma of features versus price. Gotta weigh your priorities and decide what matters most.
Exactly. And remember, prices can fluctuate, so always check those links in the description below for the latest deals.
Good point. Speaking of features, both monitors are loaded with tech designed to elevate your gaming experience. We already talked about ASUS's eLMB SYNC, but the XG27 ACS also includes ASUS Display Widget Center software, which allows you to fine-tune monitor settings and create custom display profiles.
Oh, that's cool. So you can have different settings for different games.
Exactly. And not to be outdone, the Dell G2724D boasts AMD FreeSync Premium and NVIDIA G-SYNC compatibility.
Nice. So that adaptive sync technology synchronizes your monitor's refresh rate with your graphics card's output, ensures that tear-free, buttery-smooth gameplay.
And for those who love to lurk in the shadows, the Dell features Dark Stabilizer, which brightens dark areas without overexposing the bright ones.
Oh, so it gives you an edge in spotting those hidden enemies.
You got it. It even has a built-in frame rate counter so you can monitor your game's performance.
Both monitors are really going all out in the features department.
They are. One thing that strikes me is how both monitors have embraced that sleek, minimalist design aesthetic.
I know, right? Those slim bezels really give them a modern look.
Absolutely. It's not just about performance anymore. It's about creating a visually appealing setup.
Yeah, those slim bezels really enhance the immersive experience, and they make your desk look way more stylish.
Agreed. We've thrown a lot of specs and features your way, but how much of a difference do they really make in the real world? Can the average person truly distinguish between 165 Hz and 180 Hz refresh rate, or discern the nuances of a wider color gamut?
That's a great question. There's definitely a point of diminishing returns. Pushing the specs further might not translate into a noticeable improvement for casual users.
But for professionals and those who crave the absolute best, those high-end specs might be worth the investment.
Right. It's all about knowing your needs and your priorities.
Exactly. You've got to find that sweet spot between performance features and budget.
And speaking of budget, let's talk numbers.
All right. The ASUS ROG Strix XG27 ACS tends to run between $250 and $300, while the Dell G2724D sits a bit lower at around $200 and $250.
Yeah, the Dell offers excellent value, while the Asus justifies its higher price with those additional features and that top-of-the-line refresh rate.
Tough call. We started this deep dive focused on gaming, but it's clear these monitors have a lot more to offer. From content creation to productivity, they're versatile enough to handle a variety of tasks.
It's amazing how technology continues to blur the lines between categories. These monitors aren't just for gaming anymore. They're all-around powerhouses.
They really are. And as we wrap up this in-depth comparison, I want to touch on a crucial aspect of sustainability. In today's world, it's more important than ever to consider the environmental impact of our choices.
Absolutely. We did some digging, and it turns out Dell has a commendable commitment to sustainability. Their G2724D monitor is EPEAT Gold registered, meaning it meets specific criteria for energy efficiency and reduced use of hazardous materials.
That's impressive. What about ASUS?
While I couldn't find specific environmental certifications for the XG27 ACS, ASUS does have a robust corporate social responsibility program that emphasizes environmental protection.
It's encouraging to see both companies taking steps towards a more sustainable future.
It really is. Hopefully this trend continues and we see even more eco-friendly options in the future.
So we've covered a ton of ground, comparing specs, features, user experiences, even sustainability. But before we wrap up and declare a winner, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay, I'm all ears. Hit me with it.
We've been laser focused on these two monitors, the ASUS ROG Strix XG27 ACS and the Dell G2724D, both rocking IPS panels. But the world of gaming monitors extends beyond these two Rightmers. What about other panel technologies like VA and OLED?
You're opening up a whole new can of worms here. It's like we just finished a boss fight, and now we're discovering a secret level. The A panels are known for their incredible contrast ratios, delivering those deep, inky blacks that make atmospheric games and movies really pop. However, they sometimes struggle with response times, so you might encounter some motion blur, especially in fast-paced action.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, OLED, I keep hearing about how OLED is revolutionizing TVs. What's the story with OLED monitors?
OLED is like the VIP front row seat of the monitor world. Each pixel emits its own light, resulting in perfect blacks, jaw-dropping contrast, and colors that seem to leap off the screen. But OLED comes with a premium price tag. And then there's the issue of burn-in, which is a risk if you leave static elements on the screen for extended periods.
Wow, so many factors to weigh. IPS for speed and color accuracy, VA for contrast. OLED for the ultimate visual experience. But with a higher cost and potential burn-in risks, it's enough to make your head spin.
It's a lot to process. But hey, that's actually a good thing. It means there's a perfect monitor out there for every type of gamer, every budget, every need. It just takes a little research and soul searching to find the one that's meant for you. And remember, we've got those links in the description to help you compare prices and snag the best deals.
Absolutely. We've done the heavy lifting, gathering all the info. But ultimately, the decision is yours. Think about your gaming style, your budget, what features matter most to you. And don't be afraid to explore beyond the two monitors we've discussed today. There's a whole world of amazing displays out there waiting to be discovered.
And hey, once you found your perfect match, let us know in the comments. We love hearing about your tech triumphs.
That's it for this deep dive, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Tech Talk Central. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our future tech adventures. Until next time, happy gaming.